Number rules the universe. Learn to be silent. Let your quiet mind listen and absorb. The highest goal of music is to connect one's soul to their divine nature, not entertainment. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace, for as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Man, know thyself, then thou shalt know the universe and God. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. No man is free who cannot command himself. God built the universe on numbers. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. Concern should drive us into action and not into a depression. No man is free who cannot control himself. No man is free who cannot control himself. It is better to be silent than to dispute with the ignorant. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. Learn silence. With the quiet serenity of a meditative mind, listen, absorb, transcribe, and transform. Do not go to bed until you have gone over the day 3 times in your mind. What wrong did I do? What good did I accomplish? What did I forget to do? There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. The wise man should be prepared for everything that does not lie within his control. If there be light, then there is darkness. If cold, heat. If height, depth. If solid, fluid. If hard, soft. If rough, smooth. If calm, tempest. If prosperity, adversity. If life, death. Above the cloud with its shadow is the star with its light. Above all things reverence thyself. If you're asked, what is the silence? Respond, it is the first stone of the wisdom's temple. Don't try to cover your mistakes with false words. Rather, correct your mistakes with examination. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. Wisdom thoroughly learned will never be forgotten. There is a good principle which created order, light, and man, and an evil principle which created chaos, darkness, and woman. Music is the harmonization of opposites, the conciliation of warring elements. Choose always the way that seems the best, however rough it may be. Custom will soon render it easy and agreeable. There is no word or action that has its echo in eternity. As soon as you awake, in order lay the actions to be done the coming day. Truth is so great a perfection that if God would render himself visible to men, he would choose light for his body and truth for his soul. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child. Numbers have a way of taking a man by the hand and leading him down the path of reason. Alas, what wickedness to swallow flesh into our own flesh, to fatten our greedy bodies by cramming in other bodies, to have one living creature fed by the death of another. If you have a wounded heart, touch it as little as you would an injured eye. There are only 2 remedies for the suffering of the soul: hope and patience. Strength of mind rests in sobriety, for this keeps your reason unclouded by passion. Government exists only for the good of the governed. Allow not sleep to close your eyes before 3 times reflecting on your actions of the day. What deeds done well, what not, what left undone? Bless us, divine number, who generated gods and men. Number contains the root and source of eternally flowing creation. None can be free who is a slave to, and ruled by, his passions. Remind yourself that all men assert that wisdom is the greatest good, but that there are few who strenuously seek out that greatest good. Let no one persuade you by word or deed to do or say whatever is not best for you. Declining from the public ways, walk in unfrequented paths. As soon as laws are necessary for men, they are no longer fit for freedom. Assist a man in raising a burden, but do not assist him in laying it down. Thought is an idea in transit, which when once released never can be lured back, nor the spoken word recalled. Friends are as companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. We ought so to behave to one another as to avoid making enemies of our friends, and at the same time to make friends of our enemies. Practice justice in word and deed, and do not get in the habit of acting thoughtlessly about anything. Every man has been made by God in order to acquire knowledge and contemplate. Wealth is a weak anchor, and glory cannot support a man. This is the law of God, that virtue only is firm, and cannot be shaken by a tempest. The experience of life in a finite, limited body is specifically for the purpose of discovering and manifesting supernatural existence. To cognize the divine essence, this is the highest purpose of soul, sent by the Creator to the earth. Practice restraint over the following: appetite, thirst, as well as sleep, lust, and anger. Respect gods before demigods, heroes before men, and first among men your parents, but respect yourself most of all. Which quote do you like the most? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't miss out a chance to see next video and subscribe the channel.